Wow. Well, it's another beautiful time that we're here to be able to come here, talk to you about the sports and happenings. But I must tell you that you're welcome once again to Capital Sports. And after a while, we're back here after the Ramadan fast and hoping that we have all sins put behind the Salah celebration and we'll come talk business here, talking about what's the latest happening in the world of sports. And as usual, I remain Abdullah Hajia on the driving seat, that striker that will always strike, getting some of these stories across to you. Well, I will not be alone today as usual. I will definitely get someone who understands the talking points to give you depth into some of these sporting stories. But that will be after we just go on a very short break. And when we return, we'll just continue from there. All right. Thank you for being there. Capital Sports, as usual, will always give you the opportunity to be part of what we'll be discussing here. But that will be much later when the lines will be open for you to call in to participate, particularly letting us know how you feel about some of these issues that we'll be raising on the program today. But quickly, let me just welcome our own very bad day Adele. But it's been a while. We see you, even though Capital Sports went on break.
Abla is really good to be back. I know it was the only month and we had to give way. We're back with full force. Nice to be back.
Is mine you back with full force?
I cannot tell. Only Raf Rani could be able to say that.
All right. Well, thank you, Vadi Adele. I welcome you very warmly. Now, quickly, we'll be starting from the home front, and definitely, I know you know that the Nigerian Professional Football League is ongoing with matches being played across the stadia in the country. I know there is one aspect, even though it's unpleasant to hear, which is the fans' hooliganism. One aspect I must say that we must have to do with if our league must grow like the European ones we watch with less or no problem always. Now, teams are beginning to be separated, like they always say, separating the men from the boys. Rivers United are not looking backward and they're keeping their eyes on the trophy. But Plateau United are also saying no, it is not yet over until it is over, pursuing them behind on the second place. Remo Stars too are not doing badly, currently sitting on the third place. But delay, let's just quickly have a panoramic view of the Nigerian Professional Football League, which I think, well, it seems we take one step forward and take many steps backwards, talking about the developments, and also we've seen the good side of the league in recent time, but just recently we're hearing about referees being attacked and also fans taking to the pitch to also disrupt proceedings of some of these matches. Not too good for us.
Not too good at all, Abdullah. It's really a low. This season, we've not seen, that coverage that we've longed for when it comes to the Nigeria Professional Football League. But we need to admit that the LMC has really done so well when it comes to the prosecution of those matches. Imagine we started not quite long, just the last week of December, and we've already done 26 matches, Abdullah. So that means in about 4 months, we've done 26 matches. Within 5, 6 months, we'll be done with the league, which is beautiful. But the issues around security, the control of the fans, the behavior of officials has really been, a tough one, and it's bringing down the league. Imagine one of the latest, things that happened. A coach, now you did not even just, try to harass the match official, at the on the pitch or maybe in the dressing room, you left all those things and you went to their hotel room. To continue with that is really bad. Such a person should not come near a football pitch for the next 5 years. Because as at that time, so many people should have talked to you, calm down and all these things. So what type of example are you laying down for your players? If you as the coach, you're doing that at that particular point in time, what's the biggest thing? You're not Rivers United, you're not trying to win the league. You understand? You're fighting for survival. It's not even your club. It's not your money. Football, you win or you lose or you draw. Those are three things. Why didn't Pep Guardiola go and beat the referee?
But don't you think this our own Mourinho here probably will
No,
say...
but you cannot say there was a time that Mourinho tried to push a referee or anything. The biggest one was the one with Arsene Wenger. That it was, whatever way they are going to describe that. It's really poor education. It's ignorance. It's illiteracy when it comes to understanding the basics of football. Emotions will be there. It's gonna get to you. You want to go to the referee. Your players could push you back and all those things. But we've seen it this season, a hot slap was brandished to a match official, hot one for that matter. We've seen where fans came onto the pitch and the match officials never knew that they could run more than Usain Bolt. You understand? At that point in time, you're going to see Abdullah, a fence that is bigger than this studio, and you won't know how you jumped it. It's after like a week that you now understand. It's really bad for Nigerian football.
And you don't think it's passion? So sometimes passion could drive one crazy, and you overreact over some of these.
Abdullah, there's no way you describe that as passion. When you're passionate about it, it's painful. You tell people it's very difficult. You get home, maybe you don't get to talk to your wife that day. She understands, she goes to bed that way. You cannot eat. They call you, drink water. You cannot even take a glass of water. That's how we know that this thing is getting to you. You don't want to see any highlights. You're tired to go for any training the next day and all that. We understand. You're a player, they approach you to swap shirts, you get angry. It's understandable. But it's just like when they say somebody is drunk and they tell you it's your behavior that got aggravated when you got drunk. Because you're talking about passion. You won't slap a match official if you're not going to slap somebody on a normal day.
All right.
So it's illiteracy at its highest point.
Thank you, and it is a very highly despicable bad day, Adele. I want to agree with you, especially when you're going against the rule of the game.
Yes.
And just the latest one, we heard MFM, that is Mountain of Fire Miracles Football Club 2. Now they will have to go play their match at Ijebu-Ode against their usual, their Agege Stadium in Lagos. Yeah. And also they were fined 1 million naira for not providing security, and an additional 1 million naira for officials and supporters also encroaching into the pitch.
You cannot even calculate the money, because if I was the match official, you will not calculate it. They said it should be given 250,000 naira.
Apart from the medical,
so far there's no. If it's me, my leg will pain me, Abdullah. My hands will get swollen. Something, you understand? Because they have to pay. And whether you like it or not, MFM, they are one of the clubs that should be well behaved in this country. So I don't know how that is going to come out. And they've been banished for 3 games. But on a point that those who are involved in all this fracas
were arrested.
The police must have dealt with them very well. If they feel that the punishment is not enough, their team will continue to suffer. Imagine Kano Pillars, the week that they returned them to their home, there was crowd trouble. We cannot continue this way. Every sanctions, and we're getting to see this season, points are being deducted. And MFM now, they've got suspended point deduction, which means any slight mistake, they lose points. And remember, it's a relegation fight. Before they play a game, they will get relegated if they misbehave.
And I think that's not so good for them, and especially when you are not sitting comfortable on the table. And I think Kwara United too, I think, are also not getting away with their own incident also.
Yes, they are getting fined.
Okay,
and
so
Rivers United, they've been warned. I don't understand the problem with Rivers United. You're topping the table with 4 points. Now, why are you behaving like the team that is fighting to stay in the Premier League? So they should be careful. We're seeing a lot of things in the league that are just very much unnecessary.
Well, but Adele, we hope that managers, officials, and owners of these clubs will get matured once and for all, so that we'll begin to look for way forward, especially when we're talking about getting better sponsors
Yes.
that will come into the league, and we get more promotions. Who says these matches cannot be televised week in, week out, or in midweek? So we hope that they get over some of these despicable actions that we just got in recent time. Now, quickly, the female counterpart, I think we have less of this problem, and now they are looking forward to the Super Six competition, which I think is good for them.
Abdullah, one of the, if you want to enjoy good football in the country, I would like to tell you that see one of the matches being played by the ladies. Always interesting. You see the, you see the goals, you see the dribbles, and very much unpredictable. Most of them are young, and they want to show that what men can do, women can actually do it better. And it's beautiful to see the teams that they've qualified for the Super Six. I never knew that a team like FC Robo Queens would not make it and all that. It's beautiful to see bitter rivals like Bielsa Queens and Rivers Angels. They are there. Edo Queens and Delta Queens.
Nigeria Tales.
Now in Abuja you have Nigeria Tales, a team that just got promoted with young girls who are made up of a team that's made up of girls from the under 17 team and under 20. They are young girls. They are hungry. They have no name. They want to make name for themselves. And Abuja, our neighbors here, Nasarawa, having Nasarawa Amazons to be part of that Super Six is beautiful. No matter how you look at it, and it's like Nigeria is well represented from north, from the south and everywhere. We have these beautiful teams competing. And since it's just match day one, let's see how the games will go. But I think most times it's always Rivers Angels, to lose. But Nigeria Tales, let's see what they can do. Or Bielsa Queens, who narrowly missed out after leading for a long time last season, are they going to, do something? Remember, if you win the league, you qualify for the Women's Champions League, the second edition.
Wow, that's good. Now, let's quickly just cross over to Europe. Now, as we speak, European leagues are also coming, to an end for this current season. In Spain, we already have the winners, Real Madrid, who just did wonders yesterday in the UEFA Champions League semi-final. They are champions of Spain as we speak. In England, the race is still very tough. It is neither Liverpool nor Man City as we speak. Even
Man City is to lose.
Okay, so now I think this season we've seen intense competition. We've seen teams who are fighting to get to that top four or win the league. Even though I'm sorry, Manchester United, they started in a way that we're thinking with the coming of some of these big names, Ronaldo returning, we're thinking something would have happened. But I think unfortunately,
something happens.
Okay, unfortunately,
they are no longer in any competition and they won't qualify for top four. So something happens.
Okay, now can we just also have a very good look at the EPL and were there surprises for you? Did you expect Man City coming to still be where they are today, even though we know Liverpool are currently chasing them?
Abdullah, so far you have Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. Even if they lose their first 10 games of the season, they are still going to compete for the Premier League.
Wow.
Having a team with Jurgen Klopp, they were playing so badly at the beginning of last season. They came from nowhere and booked a Champions League spot very close to the end of the season, and they beat everybody that they met on the way. That's when you have teams with good coaches, not a team that will lose 3 today and they will be back in the top 4 contention. The top 4 race in the Premier League this season is a joke. Like Manchester United, West Ham, Arsenal, and Tottenham, they don't deserve to go to Europe. They should be playing Carling Cup next season. They've performed so woefully, and so that's, for me, I think it's no competition. But now it's not predictable, Abdullah. Arsenal, you cannot say they're going to get the top four. You're playing Tottenham, you're playing Leeds United, you're playing Everton, that they are fighting for their lives. The remaining 4 games don't really look good for them. While for Tottenham, they've got 2 simple games, and if they can beat Arsenal, that's the end. So now the top 4 is between Tottenham and Arsenal, unless the two will lose their matches and Man U will do the miracle. It's not possible. So Chelsea, they are sitting comfortably third. But Abdullah, look at the race for look at the battle for survival. Everything of all clubs could get relegated. But Newcastle, they are no longer there. Brentford, they are no longer there. So I think the Premier League this season is kind of very much interesting. And for Manchester United, like you talked about, when you have big babies, you don't get anything. That man was brought in to come and, but he told them this is the way I would like you guys to play. 4-2-2-2. The players said they could not, go with the formation. He had to adjust to what the players wanted in a big club, and they are getting paid. I do not understand. So when you're doing that, and the players really have huge, amount of say when it comes to decision in the club, that's what you're going to get. They always think the problem is with Ronaldo. No, this man gets to the training, is the first person to get there. He scores goals. But it's not Rashford, who has the keeper just in front of him, and he throws the ball to another place entirely. You just have to live up to expectation.
But
play.
But the argument has always been around the coming of Ronaldo has brought a lot of controversy, a lot of discomfort for some of these players. Probably that's why you see they are underperforming. Before the coming of Ronaldo, we know how hot Rashford, used to be in front of goals, burying the goals and getting the goals for Man U. But the coming of Ronaldo, many will argue anyway that probably they are not happy.
It's just a lie.
Okay.
I don't believe in that. In the newsroom, you're going to get different reporters and presenters. Would you say because you've seen the arrival of somebody, you're going to die, and they're going to give you a report, you cannot do it, or you see presentation, you get there, you say, sorry, I cannot present. It's your work. You're a professional. That's what you're supposed to do. Even if Ronaldo scores 30, you should be able to score 15. Let it be that you feel that, not that you at all, you're presented a penalty, you cannot score it, you have one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and it's over the bar. It's that Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo entering into your legs. When you say you're a professional, when you play with stars and you shine.
All right. Well, this is Capital Sports, and it's getting more interesting with Badi Adeleye here dropping it hot on some of these stories we have highlighted. Don't forget, like we say, you can always be part of this program by dialing the studio number to also lend your voice to some of these issues. Now, while we wait for your call, Badi Adeleye, like we said, in England, we yet to get a champion for this season. In France, we have already a champion, which I think is not different from the usual name PSG. Now, in Italy, it's also getting interesting. Like in England, we know AC Milan. This is one team that over time, like last season, if I can remember very well, they were very good, very close to winning the title, but they failed. Do you see it repeating itself this season? I think they're currently sitting on the table.
Yes, with a 2-point advantage. It's theirs to lose now.
Let's see. Sorry, if we can get this caller too. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, quickly your name, please, and where you're calling us from.
My name is Samuel Akila. I'm from Guarimpa.
Okay, quickly, Akila, what do you have to tell us?
Okay, I want to advise all Manu fans, let them pray. And we sure Manu will get a top 4.
Okay.
By these 4 matches within this period, definitely all Manu fans, they will test it and test the miracle of the game.
Okay.
And I'm sure our player now, they will play well and get the top 4. That is what I want to advise all Manu fans.
All right.
And about to Arsenal or other players,
Yes.
I don't know they will save this top 4. Automatically, top 4, money is going to go on it.
Okay, Akila, if you can hear me, are you saying Man U fans should pray to the God of soccer? Where do you think they should be praying to?
Okay.
Okay.
Tottenham was going to lose 2 games.
Okay.
And Man U will win all their 3 games.
All right. All right.
If you see, if Man U win these 4 games, automatically Man U will go 4-4.
All right, we understand. All right, Akila, thank you for calling. We understand how you feel for Man U, and we hope that the Man U fans, will heed to that advice of praying and seeing result through their prayer.
Abdullah, let
Okay.
me quickly let him know that Arsenal, Man U have got just 2 games remaining. The highest they can do is to get 6 points. Arsenal, if they can just get 2 draws, that means they are going to finish above Man U. And Tottenham, they just need to win a game and draw 1. And they all have 4 games each. So now, if Arsenal can get 2 points, they are guaranteed that they're going to finish.
All right, we have
above
another
Man U.
caller, Bade, quickly. Hello, good afternoon. All right. Hello, your name, please. We lose that caller. Okay. Now, quickly, Bade, you were making a point earlier on Italy, the Syria. We're running out of time, so if you can quickly comment on that,
All right,
please.
just like I said, is AC Milan's to lose, and of course we cannot rule out Inter. But if it was Conte, I would have told you that it would have been very difficult. But we're looking at that. They still have games remaining. That would be interesting. For Manchester City and Liverpool fighting for the Premier League, Abdullah, I don't pray we're going to have a case where Liverpool will lose to Chelsea in the FA Cup, lose to Madrid in the Champions League, and lose to City in the Premier League. They will only go with the trophy they've won in the Carabao Cup. If not, I think Man City, they're only fighting for that. Man City could win the Premier League. And Madrid, with the way they've been going, it's theirs, the Champions League this year.
All right, we have another caller. Hello, good afternoon. Your name, please. Hello, your name, please. Okay, where are you calling us from?
From Abuja.
All right, quickly, what do you have to tell us? This Capital Sports.
The people that are saying that Ronaldo is problem in Man U, are they with their senses at all? Because on a very serious note, without the arrival of Ronaldo, Man U now would have been at 18 or 19th position. If you want to argue this, I have to ask you, in absence of Ronaldo, how many matches did Man U win? Anytime Ronaldo did not play with Man U, how many matches did Man U win?
All right, that's a very...
During the Champions League, without Ronaldo, they would have been eliminated within the group stage.
All right.
So, from what perspective do a human being who has seen all the contributions of Ronaldo since he came to Man U in all the matches say that he is a problem? Just like rightly as Babe stated, when somebody was given penalty and instead of calling the person balloon it, is that Ronaldo?
All right.
You will so first with the goalkeeper and you will go the other way.
All right. Thank you. Let's give other callers a chance.
Instead of Man U fans and everybody that will be giving Ronaldo overwhelming support and applause. See, the problem of Man U which way?
All right. Thank you very much. I think you have raised a very fundamental question. All right. Thank you very much for your time and being a part of Capital Sports. So, Bade, quickly, now I would like us to just leave issue of football. Quickly, let's look at table tennis within just a shortest period of time before we call it a day. Now, Aruna Kadri is making Nigeria proud and Africa proud. Is now among the top 10 table tennis players in the world. I think this is a very good and cherished story for all of us.
Abdullah, what the Nigerian man, has done is very beautiful. But before I talk about that, there's no way we can forget what Real Madrid did against Manchester City.
Okay.
We all felt it was gone. And that's the way they've always done since the knockout stage of the Champions League started. And that's why I'm giving it to them to go all the way to win it. Now back to table tennis. Aruna Quadri getting to 10th in the world. No black player has ever achieved that. No African, no Nigerian. He has defeated, he has, toppled almost everyone, competing on the continent and the black world. And that's very beautiful. This man silently, there was a time we were celebrating him for being 30th, 25th, 20th, and, and being 15th. But this man is now 10th in the world. It keeps rising. He's still in his early 30s, mid 30s rather. So let's see what's gonna, how this guy continues to rise. But it's beautiful. We're doing so well in table tennis, not just football now. Let's get other sports where we have Nigerians doing so well. And of course, you won't have to be slapping somebody in table tennis.
All right, thank you very much. Talking about getting more other support for other sports. Just yesterday, I think we were told the ASO Table Tennis Championship is commencing today as we speak. The Gymnastic Hall of the Abuja Moshood Abiola National Stadium, I think, is hosting athletes from across the states and clubs coming to participate, and hopefully more talents will be discovered that will be wearing the shoes of Aruna Kadri and the Oshinaike, and when they retire. So I think this is the much time would have permitted us to, bring to you today on Capital Sport. Badi Adele, I want to thank you very, very much for your insight and perspective to some of these issues. I also want to appreciate some of our callers that were able to hear their voices, and those that also were not able to get them across. But we hope next week is this on this same station, same time will be another opportunity where we'll get to know the latest on some of these sporting happenings. I want to urge you to continue to watch NTA Abuja Channel 5, the Unity station, while we go out of this place for now. I remain Abdullah Hajia, that striker that will always strike when it matters. Bye for now.